I can't let down burden yet. No, why? This is a really good mic.
So you don't want this?
No. This one feels like a weapon in the way. Do you know if your friends are turning up? No friends? Surely not.
Those who are with them can turn up.
Did you all know it's at 6:30? No excuse. No, the reason why it's 6:30 is because we have two things to do. First, it's going to be a long lecture. Long. 4 parts. The entire Dhamma summarized in 4 parts. So it's a long lecture. Switch on, right? Switch on. And then we are going to, if you wish to collect, don't feel obliged to, but if you wish to collect, we're going to launch a book, the reprint of Between the Lines, and it should be available there. Kind of vague direction, there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I will do that later. Now we focus on the Dhamma. You know, I prepared for this talk many weeks ago. Wrote along. Well, part of the reason why I'm just going on and rambling on and on is because we're just buying a bit of time, just a little bit of time for others to join us, okay? And while we are here, you look at me, I look at you, I might just say something lah. So I'm entertaining you with some background information on the preparation of tonight's talk. I wrote this some time back, like many weeks ago, and I wrote it in Myanmar. Okay? And then I realized that I forgot what I wrote because it's many weeks later. So a few...
Okay. Please kindly turn off the headphones. Or silent mode.
Yes. May I request, may I plead, appeal to you to turn your handphone to silent mode. Huh? We don't want the Dhamma to be interrupted by modern technology. Okay? 对不起，开始了。There are 4 parts to tonight's talk. 4 parts. The first part, which I call part A, and I forgot what was part A, and I can't see the part A. Purpose. I'm going to explain what was the key purpose, what is the key purpose of the Buddha's Dhamma. That's part A. Part B, in order that you can understand the Dhamma, what must you do? Part C, seeing things as they are, how do you do it? What are they? And then part D, the gradual path to Nibbana. Don't worry, when the slides come on, you will see, where's the slide? That's me, not slide. Yeah. Just in case. How do we bring slide there? Wait, I think this is how you do it. Wait, okay, don't touch anything. Is that correct? Sibyang? Does it look okay? This side is okay. Okay. Partial view of the Dhamma, okay?
Thank you. You need to step on one of the chairs.
See, you now understand why we have to start early to fix all these technical issues. Entertainment right now. Okay. Let me just do a preamble. For many of us, for most of us actually, when we first set out on this Dhamma journey, scramble onto the path. For most of us, when we first set out on this Dhamma journey, you think of the word Dhamma and you will get confused. I mean, you know, if I ask you, and which I did, I asked someone earlier, what is Dhamma? What is Dhamma? And then you see this deer in the headlight look, frozen in fright, right? Oops, what do I say? Let me ask you, what is Dhamma? You have attended Basic Buddhism Course 1. Some of you attended Basic Buddhism Course 2, right? So what is Dhamma? How many deers are there here? And suddenly you go, the teaching of the Buddha. Well, not bad. What's the teaching of the Buddha then? And then, another long one. So when you first set out, that's the kind of reaction you give to a question, what's Dhamma? What is Dhamma? That's the kind of reaction you will give. This is baffling thing, you know, just confused, not sure. So what do? For many of us, we will attend talks. Yeah? Attend talks, read online, buy books, take classes. Okay, that one quiet already. Some of us here would have signed up for systematic study, whether it's under a monk or in some institution. Yes? Yes? Hello? Yeah. If you didn't, don't say yes so loudly, okay? Okay, so you will go for these things, right? How many of you have gone for the range of Dhamma learning activities? How many of you? Those who have gone for Dhamma learning activities, attend talks, read books, check online, all of you, right? Now I ask you this question, what is Dhamma? Chuckle, chuckle, giggle, giggle. Still like that. Attended classes, gone for lectures, take exam, pass and score A, and still blur. One simple question, what is Dhamma? Wow, chim leh, a lot of things to say, you know. Okay, what we're going to do tonight is to hopefully, this is my ambitious aspiration, okay? This ambitious aspiration is to explain the Dhamma with such clarity that at the end of which you will go out and when someone say what is Dhamma, you will spill with confidence. Okay? So at the end of this talk, I will ask you, score 1 to 10. 1 being, I wish I never came. 10 being, got it. We will see what's your score. Everybody better have a number, okay? This is my question, the score is at the end, so pay attention. I say so much already. 4 parts. Tonight, the talk will cover these 4 parts. What is the Dhamma? Second, why and how to see things as they are. I will explain, and you will know then, you will know why it's sequenced this way. Third, what do we mean by things as they are? And fourth, the gradual path to Nibbana. Bear in mind these 4 parts. You lose the 4 parts, you can't follow the lecture. Okay? Can memorize? What is Dhamma? Why and how to see things as they are? Things as they are. Because we always hear this phrase, right? Yatha Buddha, things as they are. What are they? And fourth, the gradual path to Nibbana. Okay. I need you to understand this. The Buddha's Dhamma is intended to fix the problem of our mind. This is an important point, very important for you to understand. What is Dhamma? Dhamma is meant to fix the mind, the problems of the mind. Our mind is not always healthy. It can be healthy. It should be healthy, but it is not always healthy. Hence, that is why when the Buddha taught the Dhamma, what is the first lecture that he gave? All those who had attended classes, what was the first discourse that he gave? Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, right? What was Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta's first principle? Dukkha Arya Satya. There is dukkha. So, the first point in the Dhamma is recognizing that dukkha is a given. Dukkha is a given. Sukha is not a given. Sukha is what you perceive to be your entitlement. But it is not so. It is not a given. Do you know what it means by when I say it, when you perceive something is a given? When you perceive something is a given, you just assume. You assume that the normal state is sukha. And so when I'm experiencing dukkha, I am being abnormal. Whereas the Buddha said, dukkha is a given. Then you may say, and many of you already, I can feel the resistance. You know, the resistance. I'm not dukkha ma, dukkha suffering, I'm not suffering ma. Right? Surely you will say, no lah, so rude, say like that to the teacher, right? But some of you will start asking this question, why so pessimistic? Really? Suffering? Nature? That's the way things are? Let me ask you this. Why are you here tonight? This is Saturday night. 你讲话不是做。你讲话不是做。Meaning to say, you eat food already, nothing to do. Literal translation, right? You are here because there is a part in you. There's something in you that tells you life's not perfect. Yes? That there is something in life that's missing. Which means to say, yes, you are not in suffering. You are not rolling around on the floor groaning, suffering. But you know, this is not happiness. In other words, meaning you feel you can be happier. That if this is it, 我死了算了. Surely this is not it. It is it. It means the joy, the delight, the happiness. It is there, round the corner. Let me plan for it when I retire. It is there. For those of you who are retired, you agree or not? Is it there? Deep down, you know something is off about existence. You may not be depressed, you may not be unhappy, but you are not fully, completely happy. You are at best okay. How are you? I'm fine, okay. Very rarely, how are you? I'm happy. Rarely, right? You're at best okay. So, let's just take a step back. Just take a step back. I will explain the word dukkha. Oh, sorry, I keep talking. I forgot to show you this. See ya? Okay. I will explain the word dukkha. Dukkha is a spectrum of unpleasant feelings. It is not just suffering. Dukkha is if you like, a generic word for a range of feelings which you would describe as bosong, not absolutely happy. So for this audience, the word is bosong. So when you're feeling a bit tired, that's dukkha. When you're feeling a bit edgy, dukkha. When you think you should be sitting on a chair, dukkha, okay? You're not suffering, you're not dying, but that's dukkha. Got it? So now you see, dukkha is a given. You're never completely satisfied. That's what it means. Never completely satisfied. At any one time, and that's the very important thing to say, at any one time, if you look into your mind at that moment, right now, when I say now, you look into your mind, okay? Now, then you say, where? My mind, where? You look into your mind right now, you may find a little bit of edginess. Just a little bit. Will she get to the point quickly? No. I'm working my way to a climax. Take your time. Okay? So, at any one time, you are always looking for something. That's the dukkha. Something, always looking for something to do. Usually, before, don't look at the board, first look at me. Usually, if you don't believe me, this was the experiment I gave you. After you leave this class, don't read my book. After you leave this class, you spend from where you are, next 10 minutes. I ask of your time, 10 minutes of your life. It's a very long life. I only want 10 minutes. You don't look at your handphone. You don't talk to somebody. You don't look for something to eat. You do nothing. And you don't meditate. Don't meditate. You just do nothing. 10 minutes. I guarantee you dukkha Arya Satya already. Crazy, 10 minutes. Waste time only. I must check my email. You know? Agree? 10 minutes afterwards, do your experiment. Dukkha is always present and always will be because of your habits and instincts. This looking for something, you remember what I said at the first point? You're looking for something is craving. That's the craving energy. What is craving looking for? Seeking delights, making plans, reliving the past to replaying the past to relive memorial delights. Give me a sec. It's okay. Let me explain. When I say go around looking for something, making many plans, you think about it. Your mind, you think about it. Big plans. What are big plans? Getting married, finding a job, when to have baby, where to buy the house, how do you plan for your future, when do I retire? These are the big strategic plans. You don't do that? Most of us do that. You may not do it very well. That doesn't mean you didn't try. You just have a vague idea about my 20s, maybe early 30s, I get married. Yeah? Something like that. Then I will enjoy life for a few years and then let's see what comes along. Like, by the way, something comes along. I'll live with my parents. These are the big plans. Then there are the small plans, the tactical plans. Where do we eat? When do we eat? What do we do tonight, What shows do we watch? What bus do I take? These are the tactical things. Do you see today how many plans you have made? You are always planning something. Have you even seen your mind not planning something? When the mind is not planning something, what does the mind do? Wow, you never planned it, must do something. Finally, you decide, clean your house. You can't sit still. Agree? That happens to be our habits. Habits, these are habits. If you sit down, do nothing, it's like the day is dying. Nothing's happening. And when you're not planning, what do? You repeat broadcast. Watch repeat live telecast. Oh, no, not live telecast, repeat telecast. You think about it. How often does your mind flip back to pleasant memories or unpleasant memories? And that's where problems lie. You replay pleasant memories You replay pleasant memories. If there are a lot of them, not bad. You will sum your life up as quite happy lah. But if you have, but you don't remember, you remember only the unpleasant ones, damn sad lor. Every time you repeat podcast, sad. Or the sad music come out already. Some Japanese drama, you know, Taiwanese drama. Sad things can happen. Yes? No? You know yourself. What are the kinds of things you replay? And what are the sort of things you plan for? And the mind keeps doing that. It doesn't stop. Doesn't that describe our life? Our habits? That's the dukkha. That's the craving, the seeking, the searching that leads to a mind constantly in a state of dukkha. There will be many such occasions where you have to fill in the blanks. Filling in the blanks correctly tells me you're learning. Filling in the blanks wrongly means die, must repeat. Okay? So, I repeat. There will be many moments your mind will plan and will review and will search and will hunt. Because the mind has the habit to keep doing this. What drives the mind like this is craving. What drives the mind to go spinning and planning and plotting and constructing is craving. Buddha was not wrong. You live in a state where you're never fully at peace. You are living in a state of semi-anxiety, semi-dukkha. Dukkha lah. Dukkha, 6:30. Dukkha, 3/4. Dukkha. You're living in a state of unease, if you like. And the reason why there is that unease is because the mind can't stop wanting. The mind can't stop seeking. From the day we were born, we have been working very hard for what I call proxy delights. What are these proxy delights? You crave for sensual pleasures, sensual desires, things to see, things to hear, things to read, things to eat. You keep looking for things. The second one says craving for existence, bhava tanha. The second one means you construct in your mind. There are two parts to this. You construct an image of yourself in your mind, a positive image. I want to be like this. I want to be like this. Don't you have one? How many arahants here? As long as you're not an arahant, you surely got mental image of yourself. If I gave you a piece of paper and I said, describe yourself, you will immediately put one column, all the good things, and a very small one-liner, the bad ones. That's because you want me to know you as a good person. But that's your mental construct, that's your bhava tanha. And when I say, not me, when someone else say something that contradicts your image of yourself, what do? You fight with me, lor. You fight, lor. Because what I said doesn't agree with your idolized image of yourself. Yes? Agree? Now you understand Buddha correct or not? Say. You agree, right? He's right. So one part of bhava tanha is the constant desire to build a nice image about yourself and the world to agree with you. What you fail to understand is everyone else is constructing an image of themselves. Nobody's interested in your image of yourself. They only want this. So what do we have? Clash of the self-image. Okay? The second thing about bhava tanha is your mind. This is all mind. The first law is about taste, touch, see, sight. You know, those are the first one. This second and third one is mental, mind-made. So the other mind-made thing is your memories. Pleasant memories you want to replay again and again. Unpleasant ones you want to forget. Unpleasant memories you want to forget. Wibawa tangha. You don't want them. But you and I know, every time you try not to remember, what happened? When you try to forget, what happens? They will spring to life. Bigger than ever, scarier than ever. And Wibawa tangha can also be understood as image of yourself that makes you feel bad. Mind-made, these are all mind-made. The first lot is tangible things. The second and third lots are mind-made things. The ones you want, the ones you like, the ones you want to repeat. The last one, wibawa, don't want it to be there. The ones you don't want to be there are the unpleasant one, your bad self-image. People say you don't like, you don't want that, you don't want any of that. Okay, easy? Why do I call them proxy delights? Because you're seeking something outside in search of happiness. Every time you go shopping, right? Every time you go shopping, you believe that if you buy the thing you want, you'll be happy. No? Then what you buy? Waste money. When you go out shopping, when you sit with another friend to chit-chat, you are looking for little delights. When you how many of you would willingly sit with someone you really cannot stand? The martyr in you will spring to life. How many of you? Ubo? Any? Don't have, right? Most of you, how many of you, come on, show of hands, don't be shy. How many of you will willingly sit with someone whose company you absolutely enjoy? The rest of you arahan already. Most of you will stay away from the people you don't like. The people you like, you want to spend time with them. Normal. You are normal, it's okay. What are you seeking? Delights, pleasure, fun, laughter. But they are proxy because in effect, you are seeking a happiness that comes from within. You are seeking happiness. But because from the youngest days, you found delight in gratification. When you get what you want, you have a surge of pleasure. Then you thought that having those pleasure is happiness. You get it? And that's where the problem lies. Because then you spend your whole life looking for all these pleasures, gratification. You seek things in the belief that when you get them, you will have a surge of delight. And that is happiness. You understand this? Not rocket science, right? You understand this. But proxy delights, gratifications give only a temporary high. Temporary. Anything temporary means it will dissipate. You got to then top up, refill. So what do I call you and me? We call each other druggies. You are drug addicts in search of a perpetual high. And because the high comes like that, and then bo liao. That's it. Sometimes, that's it. How many of you, how many of you drive car? Because it's a big ticket item, very expensive, right? Do you remember the day the car came? That was the world, right? So happy you were. Are you still in that state? No. How long did it last? Split half hour. Doesn't last very long, right? Now go buy another car lah. Okay? And the constant seeking, the constant seeking for that temporary high, that constant seeking is the source of the dukkha. Okay? But it need not be like this. The mind, it is possible for the mind to be in a state of no dukkha. Buddha called the state of mind nibbana. The challenge, therefore, is how to get the mind there. How to get the mind into that state of no dukkha. That's the third noble truth. That it can happen. What I just showed, this slide that I'm showing you, this is the third noble truth. The mind can be in a state where there is no dukkha. The question then is, how do you get the mind into the state? For those of you, now we take poll, take a break, take poll. For those of you who said, I believe, I have faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. For those of you who said, I have faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, this is not a trick question. It is not a trick question. I'm checking your Saddha quotient. How many of you said, if I ask you, do you have faith, Saddha, you will willingly raise your hand? Do you have faith? Will you raise your hand? Yes. I might raise that. How many of you? Somebody, yes. Okay, how many of you, I'm serious, how many of you will say, I can't have that faith, I don't have it? Well done. So, you can raise your hand if you don't agree. So all of you here say, I believe. Yes? This is like a faith thing, I believe. Huh? Yeah? Okay. Now I ask you the next question. That was question 1. For those of you who didn't attempt to answer question 1, you can sit out question 2. For those of you who answered question 1, please continue the good results, the good return. My second question to you. Do you believe that you can do it? Well done. That's the answer I was looking for. Now you want a model answer, that's the answer. If you believe in the Buddha, if you believe, you say, I have faith in the Buddha, he left behind the map. But I don't believe the map can work. Not for me, I'm not so good. The map cannot work. What's your faith? Where is your faith? If you say, I believe in the Buddha, then you must believe the map will work. The Dhamma is his map. The map to Nibbana. And if you say, I believe in the Buddha, and he said the map will work, I don't know whether I can or not, but I believe that he said, I can. You just do. Yes? That's the way it is. Now, when we say, what is Dhamma? Dhamma is the formula to fix the mind. And he left behind the Dhamma map to show how it can be done. So from here onwards, we're going to talk about how to fix the mind. Okay? Fixing the mind has 3 parts. 3 parts. I'm going to show you the first part. Always, again and again, you hear this word. To see yatha bhuta. Yatha bhuta. What is there is. You see whatever is there as it is. What does it mean by seeing it as it is? As is. You don't make any assumption. You look at your own mind. Every time you see something, you have a lot to say. Isn't it? Your mind makes assumption automatically. This is what kian zo ho mai ge kian, but the mind very the ge kian. Right? Second, clearly. Clearly means no distortion by your assumptions, your prejudices, your ge kianness. Objectively, you see, we live in this society. We grew up with parents and friends and relatives and a lot of people, and we went through this world for a long, long time. And so we have picked up many, many teachings. So that's why it says objectively, not as you have been taught, not as you had already been conditioned. You have to decondition your mind, decondition your mind. Because what your mind has been telling you is what you have been taught for a long, long time, and you learn to believe and you learn to accept for a long time. So this thing about seeing things as they are, very important to bear in mind, okay? Why? Why do you have to see things as they are? Like this. Because when you have true, objective, clear, unconditioned, your unbiased insights, when you see things as they really are, when you see the mind as it really is, perhaps wisdom would arise, and you will realize, the wisdom, you will realize that it is fruitless and it's painful to keep chasing and clinging. You understand? As long as you do not see the mind as it really is, you will continue on your own assumptions and do your own memory thing, and your old habits and your old instincts will not change. No reason for you to change. But the moment you are able to see the mind as it really is, then you realize, alamak, all these years, I got it wrong. My assumptions were wrong. My beliefs were wrong. My thinking was wrong. I need to fix this. I have to decondition, I have to change things. Then there is incentive for you to change and do the necessary that will get you to Nibbana. How to get to Nibbana the way we are? It's like walking into a high-class restaurant in pajamas. I don't know where pajamas go to a high-class restaurant. Right? You have to dress appropriately. So dressing appropriately means getting the mind into a certain shape. That's the practice we're talking about. So the next big task, the big challenge for us, for those of you who seek Nibbana, the next big task of the Dhamma is to help the seeker develop the state of mind that can see things as it is, as they are. You need to reprogram mental habits and instincts. Reprogram. Think of it like this. You have a laptop. You know a laptop, right? The computer that sits on your lap. Okay, forget it, a desktop. And that's a computer that sits on the desk. What you're trying to do is to reset the OS. Clean this fella, jam the whole thing, get rid of the nonsense, start again. You don't get rid of all your old habits and instincts, can't see the mind as it is. So, what we have to do as a first step, this is what the Dhamma does. First, the Dhamma explains the nature of the world, right? I mean, he goes on about dukkha and craving and all this, you. The second big task about the Dhamma is to teach you to do the necessary rejigging in the brain, to set and lay in place 5 mental conditions. You get the 5 mental conditions there in your mind at any one time. They sit there snugly. That mind with these 5 mental conditions will be able to see the mind as is. Get it? Up until here, I will stop and ask you, you get it? This is very important. I will keep asking, you must get it and we'll move on. So, the Dhamma to fix the mind. In order for the mind to be fixed, it has to see the mind as it is. It has to see itself for what it is. But it can't see itself. Normal person can't. Berjamas cannot. So you have to be able to cultivate, develop 5 mental states written there. Faith. Here I put sila because you haven't started yet. Eventually it will be a different word. But right now I'll say sila. Mindfulness, sati, concentration, samadhi, wisdom. These are 5 mental states that have to be developed in order that the mind can see. I will explain in detail shortly. Okay? They are essential, non-negotiable. Cannot this life do one? The other 4, next life. You sure next life human? I like that you all laugh so happily. Meaning you agree with me lah. Huh? So, it has to be 5 mental conditions, all done. 1 one shot. If you don't have 5, let's say you got 4 fifth, missing 5. Sorry, bus go on already. You didn't get exact change. Okay? And entire suttas, sections in suttas. This is important. I didn't create the 5 mental conditions. The Buddha said them. They are suttas explaining they have to be developed. And what do they look like? So I'm going to explain what they look like. Huh? Number 1, saddha. If you agree with everything that I have said thus far, yes, no? It's okay one. It's okay, my ego can take it. If you only somewhat agree, it's okay. But if you, even if you somewhat agree, okay lah, you make sense, you're so clever, you make sense lah. Even if it's only somewhat agree, right? That you heard and you agree, that's having caveat faith. Why caveat? I say ma, you hear ma, did you see for yourself? Not yet. All you have is my word. Now you buy the product, then you go home and you test it and you use it and you discover the joy of the product. That's when faith will surge. Right now, all you have is caveat saddha. And this is critical. Saddha is critical because if you say, I'm going to be a good person, but your good person is not based on correct understanding. Faith sits on some understanding. That is why my question to you was, my point to you was, if you heard what I said, and you agree with what I said, meaning you heard, you understood, you like it, it got in a bit, you heard what I say, you like it, that's faith. It's faith based on understanding, some understanding. Because that faith sits on understanding, now you understand why you want to do good, avoid evil, purify the mind. That's the important relationship. Don't people say 5 precept, you 5 precept. 8 precept, 8 precept. They can ask me, like this, you say break precept. Like these, like this white line, white one, not black one. White one can or not? You know, all this is true, right? You know this. Right or wrong, you will be able to answer at the end of this talk. In the meantime, I'm not going to the precepts. I will tell you the importance of sila, morality. The importance is it is supposed to help you break the negative habits. Any habits that reinforce craving, wanting, delusion, all those habits, eventually they have to stop. And therefore, 5 precept is a very low bar. 5 precept is as low a bar as it gets. When you get higher bar, I will show you later, okay? And then you say, but 8%. See, not so great either lah, but good enough, better lah. Only if you do it with understanding. If you do it only or chew it, no, not right. Good lah, you try. Good, Buddha approve. But not good enough, okay? So one is to break bad habits, bad mental states. You're angry, you want to beat up someone. That's the thing you want to break. You cultivate good ones. The ones that strengthen your ability to say, it's okay, I will let go. It's okay, I will accept. It's okay, this kind, all these words very good. Do it with wisdom, very good. Okay? Purify the mind is to wipe the mind space clean so that eventually it can go beyond ego and craving. Eventually. Right now, if it cannot be done, it's okay, I understand. Okay? Saddha, Sila, Sati, Samadhi. I put the two together because what we're trying to achieve here is for the mind to go calm. Calm it down. Stop the chattering. You chatter too much. Your mind talks a lot. When the mind talks a lot, how's the mind supposed to see anything? We're supposed to see things as they are. See? See? No, the mind is busy talking. See what? You yourself know. If you get a security guard and he spends his time yakking on the handphone, you will sack him tomorrow. Yes? Because he can't see things as they come. Yeah? So, the same thing. You're supposed to be the security guard to guard your mind. If you talk too much on your handphone, you can't see the mind. The mind just goes bzz, 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 like this. See nothing. Okay? So, sati, mindfulness, samadhi, meditation, the concentration, the two together helps the mind to go quiet. That's the intent of the two practices. If you think that meditation is so that you can get off the ground without moving your legs, there's a lot of effort for nothing. You understand? If you say, oh, meditation so I can see things. What? Myopia. Get glasses. It is not. It is to quiet the mind down, keep it calm. Only when the mind knows how to go quiet, when the mind knows how to go quiet, only then can you come and talk. Now we are ready to see things as they are. Okay? So go for meditation, learn the mindfulness, understand the reason for it. And the last one. So, Saddha, Sila 2, Sati, Samadhi 4. Last one, Panya, wisdom. Wisdom is knowing what, when the mind goes quiet and now you're able to see the mind, right? When the mind goes quiet, you begin to able to see the mind, you now are able to see the mind. But that doesn't mean you know what you're seeing. You know you're quiet, you know the mind is there. How many of you have gone in deep into meditation and the mind goes quiet, you go, now see what? See what? Yes? So, normal. It is normal. When the mind goes quiet, it's ready to see. And then you go, see what? Do you know why it happens? Didn't learn enough Dhamma. You don't know what is Dhamma. Because you don't know when the mind goes quiet, it's got nothing to do. It just goes quiet and you go quiet, very happy, you come out, I'm realized, I'm blissful. That can happen, that can happen. You come out meditation, you're so quiet, so blissful. You also don't know how to scold people. So nice. So nice. And there you are. You don't know what's going on. That's not Dhamma. That's blissed out. That's not letting go. Oh, but it's not like let go. Let go. That's not vimutti, freedom. You don't feel free. I tell you why you don't feel free. Because you walk into a wall, you will curse. Hello, why are you here? Lobha, dosa will come out already. Okay? So first thing, wisdom is required to be able to know what you are seeing. Therefore, Buddha said the way to build wisdom, or two big things. One, You got to have sufficient data, correct data, right? They call it parata gohosa, teachings from another. The correct teachings. Gather enough Dhamma information, the correct Dhamma information. You have to gather enough. So there's a pool there. When you go quiet, the mind goes quiet, it will know how to go fishing. It knows what to fish out. Okay? Number 2, the mind must know what it is supposed to look for. Yoniso manasikara, the correct attention, paying correct attention. It knows what it's supposed to do. Wisdom is built by the mind that knows the Dhamma. I mean, it knows the knowledge, conceptual knowledge, and it knows what to do. Okay? And the second part, when you begin to be able to observe what's happening in the mind, you can correlate what you are observing to the Dhamma concepts that you had learned. Therefore, you must have concepts. For those of you who say meditation can already, no need go for class. That was what the Buddha said. Buddha said you need to have parata gohosa. You need to have information, correct information, gather the correct information. Oh, you're smarter than Buddha. Buddha said you should have that, and you say no need. Something's off, isn't it? I'm not asking you to sit for PhD. You don't have to. That one no need. PhD no need. MA also no need. Formal degree leading to a BA also no need. What you need, not want. What you need is attend a good course or get a good Dhamma book, and you sleep with the Dhamma book every night after reading it. Every night, devote 10 minutes, because if you last beyond 10 minutes, good, go on. But if you can't, try at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes, gather sufficient information, Dhamma information, and keep it there. Then you say, oh, my book very dry. Get not a dry one, get a one more interesting. You get it? So collect the information, listen to my Dhamma talk. We'll give you the website later. That should keep you awake for a while. Or attend a good course that will take you through the concepts. Your Miss BBC 1 and 2. Lor. Attend a good course, just gather the information first. If you didn't gather and you go meditate, you see nothing. I guarantee. If you see something, you better check with your teacher, something off. Okay? You must. Buddha says so. I full believer in Buddha. He say what, I follow what. Okay? So you gather the information first. Build the data bank. Okay? When these 5 mental conditions are Can we just, I drink water first, huh? Wait. Don't take me drinking water so shy. Do you all want to take a quick break? Well, plenty have gone already. I tell you what, I gave you 5 minutes. If you want need many people go pee, I'll give you 10 minutes. Otherwise,